Hi and welcome to Visual C++ ATM system. This system is actually at the request of one of my viewers out there. Let me show you guys his email. Right here it said, "Hello Professor Captain Paul, can you create a C++ ATM, just something that shows input and output? I will try the calculation, maybe improving it. Please help." Okay, his name is Godson. So I decided to put something like this together. He's been tormenting me for about 2-3 days now, since the very first time I created the first video in Python. Alright, so let me just show you guys how this works. I'm going to clear the whole system and let's enter a login, a new PIN number. And there we go. I'm assuming that's my PIN number there. And if you want, you can click for cash and enter whatever amount you want in there. That's 300. Just click on enter, and that's it. Cash withdrawal confirmed. You can exit back so that another customer can get into the system. There we go, enter. And this very customer, he or she would like to see her mini statements. Just click, and that is the mini statement of this very customer. And you can even, if you want a print version, you can just click on print, and there we go. So we're just waiting for that, and that is the print. You can just hit on print there and print out this very mini statement. The other thing that you can do is you can get yourself a loan. Let's say you want a loan of £5,000. Just enter, and there, loan transaction complete. Okay, or maybe completed, I think. There. Alright guys, and let's start a new project. So I'm going to exit out of here, and let's open up a new application entirely. And here I'm going to click on create new project, and there, now let's select C++, and I'm going to click on next. Let's give my project a name. I will call that CPP ATM system. There. Click on create. There we go. Now that my development environment is ready, make sure the name of your project is selected as mine right there, CPP ATM system. So I'm now going to click on these properties there, and right inside this property, the first thing I'm going to have a look at is the configuration manager. So click on that. Okay, I want to make sure my active solution platform is 64-bit. There we go. And all other settings are 64-bit. And here we have the configuration, as you can see, is debug. Make sure yours is debug as well. I'm going to close that. Now the next thing I will do is go straight to the linker. If you can't find your linker, make sure you drop down this arrow there. That's the linker. Drop down the linker, and let's select the system. Right inside the system where we have subsystem, click on it and drop it down. Let's select Windows, subsystem, Windows. And we come back in here. Let's select advanced. Then for the advanced, you see where we have entry point. I'm going to give that a name. I will change it to main. So what I'm trying to do here is just to create my form. Click on apply, and then click on OK. There we go. Now the next thing is right click on the name of your project again, and let's select add. Then we'll select new item. Once this pops up, we want to select the UI. Inside the UI, let's select Windows Form. And if you look underneath here, there's a default name in there. myform.h. I'm going to leave that default name as myform.h. Click on add, and there will be an error now, which we can later on get sorted. And there we go, that's my development environment. Although there's an error, I will include in the description area a forum where you guys will be able to follow to create something like this. So to take care of this very error, so let's double click on myform.cpp, this very one. Double click on myform.cpp, and underneath here, these following lines of code, you guys should be able to see that. You will find that on the in the forum. Okay, and I will also include the forum URL to my description area. The next thing is we want to change the name of our project. My project is CPP ATM system. CPP. You must name it accordingly, and right there. So double click on that, and what will happen is all this error will disappear. You see that gone, and this very one here is just a comment telling you to enter the name of your project. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. And that's it. Your form is ready, but the form is not here. If I click on run or click on start, you should be able to see the form. That is my form right there. But the problem is, if I close this, the form is not visible when you go to the Solution Explorer. So the only way we can get the form activated is close your program, entirely, and then reopen it. Then the program would have been refreshed. Okay, so let's wait for it to close, but make sure it is saved. There we go. Now that is the project right there. I'm going to open it up. Open it up, and the Solution Explorer is now getting ready. There we go. That is the form right there. Okay, and those are the lines of code that create the form for me from here down here. So if I double click on the form, this is what you guys will see. There we go. That's the form. Now we can now carry on with any modification to the form. I'm going to select the form. Let's go straight to the properties, and the first thing I want to do is to set the size of the form. I'm going to make that 1386 by 788. Press enter. There, that's the form. Now the next thing I want to do is to go straight to the toolbox, and let's select a panel or a plane. Where is it? There we go. There. And I'm going to go straight to the properties of this very plane. Let's look for the border style, and on the border style I'm going to change that to fix 3D. There we go. I can now copy this. Hold on to your control, click and drag. I've just made a copy. We'll increase the size of the very first one, and right there. So what I'm going to do now is let's come in here and just readjust this plane. Now then copy this very plane. Hold on to your control, click and drag. There. Yeah, that's not bad. And let's copy this same frame again and just paste it dead center somewhere there. Right. Okay. Inside this very one, that's where I will add, or in fact let's just do that now. I'm going to add a rich text box. Come right down. There we go. And just draw. And to the side of it, I'm going to add buttons. Need 4 here. That's 2, 3, and 4. And I will also need another 4 here. There we go. And right underneath here, I need as follows as well. Bring 4 here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. There. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to select each button and we then add images to them. So let me show you guys the button image I intend to use. There they are. Those are the images I intend to use for my buttons. Okay, so I'm going to select one of them. Let's select that and go to the properties. On the property, I'm going to select images. There we go. Yep. And I will then navigate to wherever I have my images. And there we go. Just select whatever image I want. And there we go. That's it on the very first button. I can delete all of these there, but instead of just repeating exactly the same process, I can just delete all of this and copy this very one around. Okay, that will make life a bit easier for me. And there we go. So that is it. 4 done. Come in here, select this, and let's go straight to the images as well. Images, come in here, and there we go. Select that. That's 1, and there. Get rid of the text content on it. And this is for my right arrow, while this one is for my left arrow. I'm going to delete this one so I don't need them anymore. Just do exactly what I did with the first one. And there we go. Now this is populated. There. And here, select that. Where is the image? Or where the image is? Come in here, and that's going to be cancelable. There we go. And this will be clear. Followed by enter. Now this is going to be 1. Let's see, number 1. Now we have 2 here. So I believe you guys get the whole idea. Like I said, the links to all of these images are on the description area for you guys. So I'm just going to speed that up and get back to you guys as soon as I'm done. And right there, guys, and I've also added a text box. Each of these buttons now has a name. Okay, and this is just button 1 there. So that's how it's looking. So before we start with the coding, I'm going to run it so that you guys see how it all looks. Alright, that is how it all looks now, but nothing is happening. So let's end that. Alright, I like it. Now, the first lines of code that I'm going to take care of will be that of the cancel. Okay, at the ATM, they always have cancel, clear, enter. And you can see how rough each of the buttons look like. It looks like they've been well used and it looks worn out. So that's how I like it. So I'm going to double click on cancel. Okay, right here inside button cancel, I'm going to enter the following lines of code. Let's copy something right here anyway. Let's bring that down. I'm just going to copy all of this instead of typing it all over. Copy and just bring it right down. And paste that in here. That's where I'm going to search for my dialog result. And this is a dialog result. I'm going to give it a variable. Okay, just like you have inside any other program. So I'm creating a variable here. Okay, so the variable, the data type is known as dialog result. So and this is my variable right there. So let's come right down here and and I'm going to now, let's say I exit equals message box dot show. It's actually column to get the method show, and inside this method open up a bracket, and inside this bracket I'm just going to enter confirm if you want to cancel. There we go, that's it. Now I'm going to come out of it, confirm if you want to cancel. Let's enter that in. Okay, that's my very first argument. The second argument, enter a comma. The second argument will be ATM system, and come out of that argument and add another argument. This other argument is going to be message box buttons, message box button, and the method that we'll be using is going to be yes or no. That is argument 3. Change that to yes or no. Yes or no. There. Comma, argument number 4. That's going to be message box icon. There. And for the message box icon, I intend to add a question mark. There we go. Those are all my arguments in place. And let's enter semicolon, press enter. And right underneath here I'm going to use an if statement, and let's put that in a bracket. If I exit equals, so I'm going to grab all of these, system column window from column yes or no. That means if yes is selected, open up a curly braces, and what I want the system to then do is application.exit, and the method is going to be exit. There we go. Enter parenthesis right in front of it and semicolon. That's it. I've just taken care of cancel button. The next code will be for the clear. Double click on the clear. In the case of the clear, I just want to enable all of my buttons, so I'm going to say btn. That will be loan, button loan. That is dash. I want to make that enable equals false. And the next one is deposit. So I might as well just copy all of these and just enter. It's in total 8, 4 on each side, and I just change the names around. There we go. So I'm going to change this one to btn deposit. There. The next one is going to be btn, and that is going to be request new pin number, and btn print statement, and this is going to be btn cash. We have btn withdraw. I think that's going to be withdraw. Okay, let's just call that statement. I will get the other one. Then we have btn cash receipt here. Cash receipt. btn cash with receipt, and finally I have btn balance. Yeah, they are all false. Now the other thing is, and I want to clear whatever content I have inside the display. That is the rich text box. So let's clear that. There. Now I'm also going to enable my text box. So bring it down, come right down the text box. So that's going to be TXT, enter pin, clear whatever we have in there first, equals clear there. And we also want to make it visible, enable, and set focus. So copy that, paste visible equals true. Now focus. There. Okay, the same lines of code I also want it on the form load. So I'm going to copy all of this, and let's come right here, or we can even create a method for this instead of writing too many codes. Okay, so let's just create a function for this. So I'm going to come down here now, create a function that will just disable and enable, else there goes all over the place. So I'm going to call that function disabled or enable buttons. Okay, that'll be fine. Function enable buttons. And let's enter curly braces in there. I will now copy all of this. Just copy, and you see that's going to be a smart move. All I just need to do is inside the clear button, copy that and paste my function in there. Paste it right in here. Enter semicolon. So that is for clear. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing now for the form load. So the function is already defined as the function there, which is good. Now go straight to the form and double click on the form. Inside the form, just paste that in there instead of codes all over the place. You see that? That makes life easy. Okay, so button cancel, function to enable button or disable button, and form load. Now I'm going to run the program. Save it first. Let's run it and you guys see what I'm up to. Alright, check it out, guys. Every single component here are all disabled. We can't do nothing to it. And now let's take care of this button so that we can display the customer's PIN number up here. So I'm going to exit out, and right here is very bottom one, that is it right there. So let's double click on that so that you guys can see it. So double click on button 1 there, and right in here inside my button 1 I'm going to use an if statement to determine the selection that is made. So if txt enter pin dash text, if it's equals, that will be equals nothing. Now I'm going to enter curly bracket, then txt, be careful you don't select the double equals. Now we only need one equals here, that will be equals 1, enter parentheses, else open up curly braces, and I'm just going to copy this paste that in there, and +1, enter semicolon. That's all there is to it. So I'll now copy this and use it for my button 2. Double click on button 2 and just paste those lines of code right in there and change this to 2. And I'll repeat the same thing for button 3. Double click on button 3 and repeat exactly the same thing. And now I believe you guys get the whole idea. We'll now speed up the whole process and get back to you guys shortly. And there we go, guys. That's button 4, 5, button 6, 7. They are all the same format anyway. Okay, then we have 8 right underneath here, 9, and button 0 there. Now what we want to do is to take care of exit. I'm going to leave out this button because with a real ATM out there, there's nothing. These buttons, I don't think they do anything. So double click on exit. So right inside the exit, I'm going to use as follows: if txt enter pin dash text, if that is equals to, so let's make up our own pin number, equals 2213. Okay, so that's the very first one. Or let's make up another one. I'm going to make up another one again, and another one. Okay, so I'm just going to change them around and see. So let's bring this one down. Okay, we have that, and let's change this to maybe 4323, and this one will change it to maybe 5 something, 5352, and this one will change it to 2513. Let's come right down here and enter curly braces there. One other thing is I'm going to put all of these my pin number in a bracket. There we go, they are all in a bracket now. And you see this sign here, that means or. That's what that means in C++. So if all of those are in place, this is what we want the system to do. I'm going to declare a variable. Let's make that a global one. So I'm going to come right here and just enter. So my pin number is going to be, let's make that an integer. All pin numbers are integer anyway, so let's say integer. Okay, pin now. That's it. That's my pin number. So I'm going to go back to my enter button here. Now enter button equals pin num. My pin number equals int, that will be integer pass. I want you to pass whatever value you have inside this text box itself. Copy that and paste it right in there, and enter semicolon here. There. So once the value is passed, and I want the system to enable every single component that I have in here. So if it's passed in here, enable. So let's grab this and change the okay, this I'm going to grab all of this, copy it all the way. I think I'm going to copy this as well. What I don't need, I will delete it. So bring it down and come right in here. Yeah. Paste. Instead of false, I'm going to make them true. There we go. I make the rest buttons true. Once you enter the correct login details, every single button there become true. There we go. So that makes life easy. Now, once all the buttons are true, what about this? Okay, I want the text box, I want that to become invisible there. So we'll make that false. I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of this. Now let's move this one here. Now, because the rich text box is going to be doing a lot of work now. So the rich text box, I would like it to append as follows, to display what the following message for our customer. So that is going to be into that, and let's put in tab. That's how you create a tab. Let's give them a welcome message. Welcome to iBank. Welcome to iBank, and let's enter carriage returns and close that. That's the first message. And the second message, maybe copy just this. Right underneath is going to be withdraw cash. Cash withdraw there, plus let's enter tabs, and there's 2 tabs, plus let's enter another thing there. That would be loan, would be across of it. Alright, that's fine. And I'm just going to enter, let's say plus backspace. There we go. And let's close that there. So what will happen is, on one side we will have withdraw cash. There will be 2 tabs in the middle, more or less like space in the middle, and on the far right is the loan. So I'm going to copy this and repeat exactly the same thing for maybe 2 more, right? 3 more, okay. So the next one here will be cash with receipts. There we go, cash with receipt. And opposite cash with receipt, I'm going to enter deposit. Right underneath, I'm going to enter request new PIN. So that gives you an option to make a request for new PIN number. Then we have the balance. Now underneath, the next one is going to be mini statement. There we go. And right opposite mini statement is going to be print statement. There we go, guys. Okay, let's try this out. So I'm just going to run it and see how it works, then we'll take it from there. Okay, if it works fine, I should be able to display all of this, and that is based on me entering the correct PIN number. Okay, so let's, yeah, that's 2213. There we go. So that's good. So that's working. So we have our menu there. We can select whatever we want. Okay, let's exit out. Yeah. Now the next thing we want to do is to enter an else statements right underneath here. Okay, here there should be an else statement. That shouldn't be there, that's meant to be here. Alright then, so let's enter an else statement here. Else, what do we want the system to do now? Okay, else we want every single button that is enabled here, we want them to become false. Well, let's see, I can copy that here. Those are the buttons. But if I call all of these, there will be a problem here, so let's just copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy that, come right down here and just enter those in here. Now, so if I get it wrong, all of the buttons will not be enabled. And I also want this text box to display a message for me. So let's grab this text box. And let's say text equals, let's say invalid PIN number. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. There. We have an invalid PIN number. Okay, at the same time, let it set focus again, giving you the option to enter the valid or a valid PIN number. There. Now, let's use another statement here. I'm going to use other if statement underneath here. I'm still within the enter button, so let's come right down here. So if this has something, let's copy that. That'll be my very first one. If it's not empty, come right down here, paste. If that is not, that's how we enter not empty, and that's how we write our and. The rich text box that is known as display, if that one is not empty as well, not empty, close that. This should be just one. If it's not empty, we want the system to do as follows. Now, okay, if it's not empty, I'm going to use that very statement for cash withdrawal. So let's come right down here and just say this text box itself, I would like it to display the following message: TXE equals cash withdraw confirmed. There we go. Right, that's my very first if statement taken care of. Okay, the next one, I'm going to use another if statement to check inside this text box. So let's copy all of that. Based on the selection made, the second one is going to be if the following is displayed. So I'm going to call that loan. If loan is displayed, on the display itself, it displays the rich text box. If loan is displayed on it, I want the following to happen. This very one, I want it to say transaction, loan transaction completed. There. And I also want the text in there cleared, whatever text we may have in there, so that's going to be on top here. Then I will like this. Let's grab this. I want it cleared as well. Let's clear that. And after that, I actually want you to display a message for me. So we're going to say append. Right. We wanted to append something. So come right down here. And what do we want you to append? So let's call that. There should be a bracket, this one. Okay. That works with parentheses. Loan of cash, maybe confirmed and granted. Okay, confirmed and granted. Right. And finally, I'm going to use this for the deposit. So let's come right down here, paste as well, and come right down here, changes to deposit. There we go. And we'll clear it. You can also use this method to clear it. So you can clear it like that as well, but you must enter parentheses. That's another way of clearing it. And in here, I'm just going to enter something to do with cash. I'll get rid of this one. So, cash deposit. Cash deposit. Confirm. Please re-enter your PIN number. There we go. Cash deposit confirmed. Let's say confirmed. Confirmed. Please re-enter your PIN number. Okay, so we can clear that, and here we can just say deposit transaction completed. There. So that takes care of, I think that's it with the enter button. Those are all the lines of code that I need for the enter button. Now we need something for my other buttons. Okay, for one of these buttons, let's take care of this very one here. This one, that will be for the loan, so I'm going to double click on the loan button so that I can use that right away. Okay, with the loan, I'm going to have to display, call the display. Let's get it cleared. Clear whatever we have on the display. That's one. Then we also need to append that we need some loan. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste that there, so that would be displayed. And what else do I need? Okay, my text box, I want that visible. So let's say visible equals true. Okay. and let's clear whatever we may have in there. Whatever is in there should be cleared. And finally, we also want you to set focus. There we go. Right, that's for the loan taken care of. It's going to be similar with the deposit, so let's copy that and paste it for the deposit. Double click, paste, and change this to deposit. Right, okay, that's done. Let's try it out and see how those two works. Run the program. Okay, let's enter a valid PIN number there. So I'm going to go for maybe 4. In fact, let's enter something else and see. There we go, that's working. Good. Alright, 2213. Enter. Okay, I want either loan or this, so let me select deposit. That is very good, so I can enter whatever amount I intend to enter. That's nice. Let's make it a couple of millions. Yeah, why not? There, and press enter. Transaction completed. That's good. Now let's take care of the balance and the print statement with these other buttons. So I'm going to exit out. So let's exit here, and we'll go back in here, and I'm going to click on this one. This is the balance, so click on that. By the way, maybe I should even convert the balance to, okay, let's make that, we're going to make that a function. Let's come in here and just enter a function there. So right underneath this very function, I'm going to enter a function. I will call it balance anyway, so we'll come right down here, paste that, and change that to balance. And let's go right down. Okay, function balance is ready now. Let's use an if statement. If we need the PIN number, I have to make sure those PIN numbers are all correct. Equals 2213. Now if it's equals 2213, I want the display. Let's see. Okay, I want the display to get cleared, and I also want the display to get appended. So come in here, paste, clear it, and I also want to enter some value in there. So let's get it appended. Append text, and what do we have in there? So that's going to be tab, and in there it's going to be account number, and let's just make up something for the account number. 5498, that's the account number. I'm going to enter carriage return, enter semicolon here. And now let's append some data in here to show let's assume this guy has about, let's say balance is, so plus there, plus, let's make that 3,920. That's his balance. Okay, let's cover this here, and we then need to get it. Let's say plus and add carriage return and return. Close that. There. That is for this pin number. And the other pin number, I really don't know the other pin number. Let's see what pin numbers I have in here. Okay, I have 4323. Okay, so let's grab this and okay, let's go back in there to the function. Alright, paste this one here and just copy it. I'm gonna copy this, come right down there, paste, and grab this pin number, paste that in there. Yeah. And now let's change whatever value. Okay, let's change the account details and how much is got in there. Right. Okay then, he's a rich dude. Alright, that's fine. Get rid of this. Now the other two, let's make up two more. I know one is 43, 23, and one is, let's see, and the other one is 53, 52. Yes. Okay, now let's change the values in here. Account number, and how much does this guy has? Another rich guy. Alright, that's fine. Then this is for this guy, and this other one here, the fourth one, let's change that as well. And he's got, yeah, not bad. Okay, that's it. Now the balance for these guys are all sorted, and then need to call this here. So that's my function number 2. So let's just come in here. I'm going to enter function 1 here. Function 1. So I know which one is our function. And this one is going to be function number 2. There we go. There, that's 2. There's going to be one more function, and that's going to be for that's going to be for the statement. So maybe let's make that function number 3. Okay, for the function number 3, I'm just going to copy this, start it up, and come back to it once we try the other ones out. This is 3. There. Close that. So that should get rid of the error. Okay, mostly for the function number 3 is just to determine what and what is selected. So if this is selected, there we go. If that is selected, I want you to display the following. Account number is displayed, whatever it has is displayed, and underneath here I also want you to display the statement, because this is a statement of account. Come right down. Let's just make up something there. So let's assume, yeah, let's say that it's got some data here, some purchase in there, about £30 spent, and let's add one more this. but I'll just change it around anyway. So those are his spendings. We just need to change the names around. Okay, let's change the company name around. So this one might be maybe lottery, and say Poundland. So we have Tesco, another Tesco. Okay, we may have shopped in Tesco twice. And let's say we have Sainsbury's as well. Let's see. Oh, let's go for Asda. Spend about that in Asda. Okay, let's say pays counts with tax. That's a little bit expensive. Okay, and so on. I'm just gonna speed that up. Okay guys, these are the lines of code for my statement, but I noticed something here. I was meant to change this to statement. Right. Okay. And the other one is going to be for balance. That's the balance. And right down here, that's the statement. Okay, the statement for this guy, that's his PIN number, and that's his statement. And the next guy, now let's see the account number of this next guy. That is now valid, so I'm going to copy that. Can change the account number, and I guess the other one is wrong, so let's go back and change that as well. Okay, let's grab this, come right down, that's 52. Yeah, change that, and the other one 2513. Okay, 2513. There we go. Change the account number. There. Oh no, it's not changed. Copy that again and come right down. 25. Paste. Right. Now that all of that is done, I'm now going to call the balance and the statement. So let's go back to the design view. So right here, this is the statement. Double click on that, and right underneath here I'm just going to enter statement. Enter parentheses there, and just call the statement. I also need to call the balance. Double click on this. Oh, that's not balance. Let's go back. Yeah, this is the balance. So I'm going to call that. There we go. So those two are taken care of. Let's see. This other one here is mini statement. Double click on that, and I'm going to enter statement in there as well. In this case, there won't be any printout. So let's go back there. And for us to be able to print this statement, I need to add the following object. Let's go straight to the toolbox let's scroll right down, and we need print document and print dialog, print preview dialog. I also need, let me add tooltip. There we go. I'll be using the tooltip anyway. So let's select this print preview and go straight to the properties. You see, on the properties of this print preview, go straight to where we have document and drop this down. Let's select print document 1. So that takes care of that, else you won't be able to print. So I will now double click on this print document 1 and press enter. So right in here, the first thing I like to do is let me call my system draw. System column. I want you to be able to draw as drawing column. So now I want you to draw a font. I'm just gonna give my font a name, FTN string equals garbage collect new, and we say system draw fonts. Just grab all of these, paste that in there, and where am I printing from? Okay, let's go for my first thing first. Let's enter my text format. So I'm going to call that time new Roman. That's the font I'm going to be using. Then come out here, comma, about 16. That's the font size, and the font style. I'm going to make the style maybe regular. Yeah, regular. That's it. Now that is done. So let's say E graphic, and we want you to print. Okay, draw string, and the string that you'll be drawing from is RT display dash text. Okay, RT display dash text, and using the following font, setting. Is that in there, comma, and let's specify the brush that I want you to use, or brushes, column, make that black. And what else do I want? When the print preview shows up, I want it in the following coordinate: 100 by 100, out there and there. So that should be able to take care of the print. But for us to be able to click on the button, I need to call the button. Actually, I need to call the print dialog from this button. Double click on that, and in there we just need the name of that print dialog. Okay, so print the statement and say print preview. Yeah, print. Okay, yeah, print preview dialog dash dot show. I think it's show. Yeah, that's going to be show. That should be uppercase, I think. Show. Alright, I think this should be lowercase. That's why I'm not getting the right response that I want. Yeah, that's fine. Dialog. Enter parentheses. There we go. So that's the print working. I need to try it out so that you guys know that it works. Alright. Okay, let's run it and just try out the print. These two should go. This one, okay, all of these are working now. No, this is not working yet. This is not working yet. Okay, let's double click on that and take care of that first. That is the request new PIN number. For the request new PIN number, I'm just going to enter as follows. Okay, that's for the request PIN number. There. Okay, let's try it out before we take care of the other two. Okay, it's coming up now. There we go. Now, let's enter the PIN number. I think it's that. Yeah. There we go. Can we print the statements of this guy? Yes, we can. There we go. That's good. Right. That's a statement. I want to close that. Supposing we want to get the balance. That's the balance. And if we want, that's the statement again, just to display the statement alone. That's fine. And what about new PIN number? That's correct. And here, that is for the deposit. And we have the loan here. Alright, so the system is working apart from these two. They're not doing anything. Okay, let's exit out. Yeah. Now let's come to those two. Okay, as for these two, double click on this first one here and just enter as follows. So clear welcome to iBank, enter amount below, and text box becomes visible there. So we'll repeat the same thing for the other one. For the second one, double click on that and just paste exactly the same lines of codes, because one is cash withdrawal and the other one is cash withdrawal with receipt. So in the case of with receipt, I think we can get it printed as well. So let's get that command for print. It's right here. I'm going to grab this and bring it down. There we go. And that's it. So let's go back in here. Okay, one last thing left is for us to use this tooltip. So I'm going to select each individual button here and let's just enter a name for them. Right, the very first one here, that's for the loan. So come right down here and just the tooltip. That's the tooltip 1, tooltip 1. That's going to be loan. And the second one, that's for the deposits. This one is going to be for balance. No, it's actually for that should have been for balance. Okay. Alright, that's fine. That's for request new PIN number. Alright, that's fine. New PIN number. And this is for print statement. And the other one is just print. No, that is actually mini statement. And here, that will be the balance. This is going to be for cash with receipt. And here, that's just cash. There we go. That's it, all done. Now let's run our program. There. So let's log on first. Alright, that's it. The tooltips are working. That is fine. Yeah, I knew this one is wrong. Just the names that were wrong. Okay, the tooltips are working, and let's assume we want the minimums, the meaning statement. There we go. And that's how it all works, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. There. And you all have a nice day now. And bye for now. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. There are a lot of benefits if you're a member of the channel. Bye.